Yo, what is up, guys? QuizRD Games here. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and today we're going to be doing a gameplay analysis on the 1 week old teaser trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's been 1 week and I still can't believe that. It's like crazy to me that it's probably going to release soon, and I'll get into that into another video like I did in my first one, but I want to go more in depth with it. But today we'll be talking about the gameplay, so let's get into that right away. First off, we see Barrett, the man, like in the original, right after you jump off the train, Barrett is there running away, and Cloud is distracting the guards. It's funny to me that they kept that spirit of the game, since they're trying to go realistic, but if you look at some of the graphics for the game, while it's trying to be realistic, it still has that anime to it, which I'm so glad they're keeping in. Now, before we go on further, let's where is it? Here it is. Okay. You see those little, well, one's missing, but Materia is in the game. I know people were like, oh, they're gonna take out Materia because it's an action game and we don't, they're not gonna need it and stuff like that. No, Materia will still be in. If they took it out, I think that like ruined the gameplay. Like, to me, turn-based combat wasn't Final Fantasy VII. It isn't what made FF7, because turn-based or ATB isn't every Final Fantasy game. What makes every Final Fantasy game unique, even if they're action or turn-based, is their, a system that's unique to them. 15, while not turn-based, I still think has that Final Fantasy magic to it, because it has stuff like the Warp Strike, which is unique to it only, and the way they have guns and Gladio's shield and stuff like that, it's its own unique flavor. 13 has the Ravager class swapping system. While a lot of Final Fantasy games had class systems, I think that's what made it unique. That and the Crystarium. And 10 had the Spear Grid. 8 had Junctioning, all that stuff. Every Final Fantasy has their unique thing to them, and this game, Final Fantasy VII and the remake, will, while having action combat, will still be Final Fantasy VII because of the Materia system. And it's proven here that it's there. The Materia is right here. So I'm very happy that Materia is in the game. And I'm sorry for like the black bar on the side sorry about that. Like, it's just like the way it is. There, okay, fixed. Anyways, let's continue. So, before the Guard Scorpion is doing his thing, you can see right here that we have Punisher and Attack. Now, later in the video, Barrett's going to use, well, you'll see it, he's going to use Big Shot. People think it's his move called Back Blast. But I think what's going to happen, if you don't have the command menu up, like what's down at the bottom, like Kingdom Hearts, you'll have these two. And when your limit gauge right here is filled up, your limit gauge right under the MP bar is filled up, triangle will transform into your limit, whichever limit you have equipped. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, attack. Okay, no, go back. Let's see. I already saw that. Guard Scorpion. Now, I watched other people's thoughts and opinions on the analysis and thinking, oh, this would be like Crisis Core, where certain bosses have little cutscenes where they did attacks. I think that'll happen, but not in the same sequence, like not in the long cutscene like attack sequence. I think what's going to happen is Guard Scorpion is going to move all around the stage. He's not going to stay in the middle, like in the early 2017 screenshot. He's not going to stay in the middle. I think he's going to move all over the room, and when he's far away, you'll have to use Barrett. Because, well, no, Cloud will have Bolt at this time, I think, in his material slot. I think he'll have Bolt. Or Lightning, Thunder, whatever it's called now. I just played the Switch version, so Bolt's in my head. But he'll have Thunder, so when he's on the wall and shooting missiles at you, it'll do a cutscene, but you'll be able to block or dodge the missile attack. And when that happens, once you dodge it, he'll stay on the wall until you hit him with Barrett's gun, Big Blast, or Thunder from Cloud. One of those two things will knock him off the wall. That's my guess. Probably not what's going to happen is probably going to be like Crisis Core, but in a shorter manner. But I really do believe they'll be having you strategize like that, where he's in different locations, and if he's further away, you have to use Barret. And if you don't want to switch to Barret, you'll use Cloud and use Thunder. I don't remember if he has it that early though, and I just played it recently, so I don't know why. Jessie looks really good here. Her hair looks nice. There's gonna obviously be anti-aliasing issues. That just proves to me that it's not CG rendered, whatever, and that it's on the PS4. Because I doubt the PS5 would have this anti-aliasing issue on her hair. I really don't think it would. So I'm still convinced it's on PS4, and they said PS4 at the end of the state of play. So there's like no reason to believe that it will not come to PS4, which probably means it's launching by the end of, before the next fiasco year for Square Enix. As you can see, they have a timer now that is not 10 minutes, but 20 minutes. And why I think it'll be 20 minutes is because we're going to have a bigger reactor to go through. We're not going to be going up the small paintings, go up the steps, then hop on the ladder, then hop on the pipe, and then, get out of there. There's going to be more to it. There's going to be more of a platforming, wall climbing thing to it. It's going to be more, you're going to have to do more with the environment than just what you did in the original, and they're going to give you more time because it'll be bigger. And this is showing that they're expanding on a lot of stuff. Just off of this section here, just showing this, shows they're expanding on this game. Like, it took him 2 minutes to get to this part, and I'm guessing if you fall, you fall in the Mako and you die. You fall in the Mako, the live stream, and you die. It's like, spoilers did. And I don't think, wow, this is expanded to like 20 minutes. I don't think it's still gonna be just Midgar for part 1. Until I'm proven otherwise, I don't believe that. But I do like how they're expanding on just already the start of the game is so expanded. You can see the effort they're going into make it a bigger, more fleshed out world. Now I want to talk about this because a lot of people seem to think this is not, or seem to forget where this is. Now you see this? See this over here? See this over here? That's a train. This is definitely the second bombing mission, but there's something else later that makes people think that it's still they're still not up to Shinra HQ, and I'm gonna bring that up in a bit. But before we do that, Back Blast is Barret's triangle. Cloud had Punisher, Barret had Back Blast, and it's highlighted right now. So, like other action games, well, I don't think this will be as action heavy as Devil May Cry. I think they're going to incorporate that more than one button attack system. It's not going to be like Kingdom Hearts where, you have magic and attack, that's it. You're going to have two forms of attack. And I think regular attack will lead you into, we'll do regular slashes, and you use Back Blast or Punisher to get a higher damage, like you combo into it, similar to Devil May Cry. But there's not going to be much juggling. Well, I mean, there might be some form of, like, being able to juggle enemies. Like, you see Barret probably use Back Blast to do all that damage on that robot. I think what you can do, this is my guess, is use Back Blast, knock the dude into the air, you don't kill him until, like, the final hit where he does, like, a bunch of damage at the end. And when you do that, you can switch to Cloud really quick, like a snap of your finger. And then once you do that, you can like thunder him really quickly, or Braver, what you'll do in the next screenshot, or just attack and keep him in the air and then switch back to Barret. I think they'll be having a quick succession of switching and positioning. Positioning will matter, is what I'm trying to say. And depending on where your character is, you can switch to them and continue the combo. While there won't be like a combo like ranking system like Devil May Cry, I think the better you are with switching the characters and keeping the combo going of the enemy, the more cool you're and more satisfying the combat will feel to you. That's like my guess, but probably not what's gonna happen, but we'll see. So next, let's finally get into the Kingdom Hearts like stuff with the shortcut menu. Now, if I go back a bit, you can see command menu right down here has 2 bars. so does this bar, which I'm assuming is the ATB, because they're hiding the text for some reason. That's obviously HP. MP is that one. Limit is that one, and that is going to be ATB. I don't know how to fill up. I don't have a real guess. Maybe by attacking or waiting. Maybe a mix of both. But I definitely feel it's going to be the ATB, and the ATB will allow you to use... While some people think potion is going to be tied to your blue bar, I don't think potion will be tied to your blue bar. But if it is, it's like, yeah, whatever, you know, just gotta... They don't want you to spam it. They don't want you to just, like, spam quick succession potion if you're losing health. You gotta strategize and position yourself where you can, you know, get it off with one bar. You only have, or it probably will increase as the game goes on, but it uses up a blue bar if you use a potion. Or as seen here, braver. And I don't think braver is a limit anymore, because look at the limit bar. It's still full. Cloud's limit bar is still full. And either this is like a weaker version of braver that you can use when you have ATB, because this is obviously braver. It has to be. Like, there's no way it's not. Look, like the way he attacked like that, it has to be braver. I'll go back. So I think the player, the game tester, opened up the the command menu, and has braver to shortcut, and used braver, and it used up an ATB bar, a weaker version of braver. Not a full limit break version of braver. That's what I'm assuming. And when you use braver, the weaker version, it used up an ATB bar. Potions will maybe too. And you can see that like up here where you can hit the switch the characters, their blue bars are full just like here. So the computer or the player did not use their ATB yet, which I'm going to assume is ATB. So yeah, but I don't think it's like a full strong braver, because later in the video, we'll see after the limit breaks and the limit bar is gone and there's no ATB gone. So yeah. Okay, we Barret, the boy, see Aerith, Cloud talking. They look so good. They look really good. They look fantastic. Yeah, they look so good. Apps. Okay, let's talk about this now. This is obviously Apps, Don Canero's pet, so this shows that we're going to definitely be past that part in the game. It's not going to be like just a single section of Midgar that, like, you know, that's all we're getting. It's like a little small section of Midgar, and splits up in like 1-2 hour bites. Because in the original game, this is like 5 hours in. Or maybe less. Maybe I'm just slow, but it's not too far off from like 5 or 4 hours in the game if you're playing at a leisurely pace. So Don Corneo stuff will be in. Tifa was in the last part where with Barret, and she's here with Aerith and Cloud. So under the sewers, you're fighting. I don't know this guy's name. I forget. Under the sewers, you're with Tifa and Aerith after Don Corneo, after you beat Apps, and looks like the lighting will change as you get further into the sewer, and there'll be different lighting environments or whatever. And also, this is not like 15 like some people think it is. Some people think you're just gonna hold the button down and it'll be easy, you don't do nothing, you know, nothing like that. But no, as you can see, the guy smashing X multiple times, which I do in heavy situations too. But there's one thing here that doesn't happen. There's no hit stun. There's no hit stun on this enemy and the one after this, which is weird because the robot Barret was shooting and the enemy Cloud Braverd had hit stun. The dude on the ground fell back down on the ground and the robot was juggled into the air. So I'm kind of confused on how hit stun is gonna work. I'm really confused on it. I don't know. Another thing about this is Cloud zooms towards the enemy. Go back. Cloud zooms towards the enemy like on some Dissidia type shit. Like, just like Dissidia. Like, you did this in Dissidia. If you hit the attack, And oh, and Crisis Core too. If you were locked onto an enemy and you hit the attack button, Zack would go towards the enemy. It's not like Kingdom Hearts or anything. Well, even in Devil May Cry, you have the Stinger attack, and it launches you towards the enemy. So either this will be like not as controlled. I mean, it'll be controlled obviously because you got to position yourself and move and stuff. But I think it'll be more akin to Crisis Core or Lightning Returns more than Kingdom Hearts and 15 in terms of like, you know, just launching like you just, if in Kingdom Hearts and 15, if you hit the attack button, you like, the Sora and Noctis just stand in place and slash. I don't think that'll happen. I think if you're locked on at least, Cloud will, Cloud, Aeris, or Tifa, whoever you're playing as, will launch themselves towards the enemy so that you don't just stand there and swing your sword all willy-nilly. And if you can see, just like in the original game, Aeris has an effect come off her staff when she hits an enemy. So does Cloud. You can look at that beautiful spark coming from the slash of his sword. It looks so good. This game's gonna be so beautiful. But yeah, like I said, he's slamming the attack button, so there's no holding. Yeah, so 15, people don't like 15, don't like holding the button down. You don't have to worry about that. You're all good. But there is no hit stun, so I wonder how that's gonna work. I wonder if enemies have like a shield meter. Like 13 and I forgot what other game it was where enemies have a shield meter, and you knock it down, and when you knock it down, they become vulnerable. So I wonder if that's gonna be the same. Like you hit them enough times, you stagger them, and they're immune. They have hit stun, and you know, like just vulnerable to attacks. Okay. Now, let's get into this good stuff, my friends. We have, oh, I forget his name too, but we have, oh, that's new. He does not have that in Crisis Core or the original, that shark mouth thing. He does not have that. That's a really cool addition. I did not notice that in the first watch. But as you can see, this is not like Kingdom Hearts or Dark Souls or any usual action RPG or game. Cloud is getting attacked. Oh, no. He's not. That's bear shooting. Cloud is holding the block, and he blocks and takes 144 damage. It's just like Tails Up. And Tails Up, if you block, you still take a bit of damage, but not as much as you would if you weren't blocking. So this is more RPG than action game. But also in Tails, you can combo like you do in action game. So I'm wondering if this game will be the same, where like it has these RPG elements, and it's an action type system where you can still do these cool ass combos. I don't think there'll be juggling or anything, but I think there'll be like in Kingdom Hearts 2 or 3. But I do think there'll be some like really cool like combo videos people can make, and that's like one of my favorite parts of action RPGs or action games in general. While I can't do that myself, it's always fun going on YouTube and watching people like spaz out on these enemies and just go ham. So I'm really looking forward to that, if that is possible. Like one of my favorite parts about action games. And if the 7 remake can have that same effect on like the combo community, like just spreading the word of this game out there. Like just spreading the word of this game out there would be fantastic. Like I love this game so much. Well, 7. I'm sure I love this one too, because I'm like a fanboy. But yeah, anyways. Cloud blocked. He took 144 damage and got knocked back. So there is hit stun for blocking too. Barrett did not block, and you can see my man just went flying. The boy just went flying, and he got a critical hit on him. But I think just like in the original 7, well no, in the original 7 you could like do damage, a lot of damage to enemies, even if they like were like not elemental weaknesses, like just a regular attack. But I think in this one, if you want to get the big damage on robots, you'll have to use Thunder. Because, like, look at Cloud. He gets 26, and that's a crit. You'll definitely have to use your magic attack on guys like this. You'll have to. There's no other way of doing this. Alright, so, here we are. This is also the train. Oh, no, I forgot. That's another thing I want to talk about. Let's go back. That's what I was talking about earlier. This, I don't think this whole area, is not reactor. I think this is inside the Shinra HQ, because there's a floor in Shinra HQ where it's a storage room, but I don't think you can really tell it's a storage room in the original. I think in this one, if you look up there, they have like boxes and and I think those are mats or something. And then they have this very interesting looking like Shinra cloth, and these holes. I don't think this is the reactor. I think because why would the reactor? I mean, why would the storage building need these, right? Like, why would I need that too? But I don't know, something about this just tells me this is the Shinra HQ when you're infiltrating it, because, you know, you had Cloud Bear Tifa at the second reactor, right? But something about this room just screams storage room. It doesn't scream reactor to me. I don't know. It just does. It doesn't scream reactor. So I think this is the end of Shinra HQ. This is in Shinra HQ. And I don't remember if you're required to go into the storage floor or if it's an optional thing. And I'm pretty sure it'll still be optional. But if it wasn't the original. But this just reminds me of the Shinra HQ storage room. I don't know what it is. It just does. It just what comes to my head. I don't think reactor. But if I'm wrong and this is just the reactor, then we probably are just going to get Midgar as part 1. Which would really, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But I really do think this is the Shinra HQ. Let's continue. Here we go. No. Cloud sabotage. Okay, here we go. This has to be Big Shot. Or not Big Blast, Big Shot. This has to be Big Shot because Back Blast, as we saw earlier, didn't do this big of a explosion. And while Back Blast is highlighted, you see, like, he pressed triangle. I think if you have your limit break equipped and your bar is also empty, you see Barrett's bar is empty, it changes to your limit break triangle. So if you just don't want to open your menu for any reason and you just want to use attack and triangle, you know, it just transforms it to whatever the limit was, just like in the original. Attack transformed into limit. I think it's going to be the same thing here, but instead of attack being limit, so you can just do regular damage and then lead into the limit, you're going to, you know, get Big Shot. It doesn't seem like Back Blast to me. Like, look, it does that big explosion. It has to be Big Shot. And he didn't press triangle here. You can see that's not highlighted, but the command menu is not empty. It's not empty. Not empty at all. It's still full, but limited empty. So I'm still on the idea that limits, weaker versions of limits, are going to take up command bar, and triangle will change it to your full limit when your bar is full. Alright, let's get past this, and I want to talk about the Sephiroth thing, because that's like the biggest thing I want to talk about. So, people think this is Nibelheim. I don't think this is Nibelheim. I think this is after the sector reacts or crashes, or it's Nibelheim, one of the two. This is what should be after Don Corneo, before they go to Shinra HQ for all that, when Aerith gets kidnapped. All that good stuff. And Sephiroth's gonna show up early. Some people think, you know, it's gonna ruin the suspense of not knowing who he is, and that what makes it scary, because all you do is hear his name in the original, and it's supposed to be like a suspenseful horror movie thing. I honestly don't think that would have ruined the surprise of Sephiroth, because let's be real, everybody and their mother, even people who don't know the games, know Sephiroth is the villain. They know he's the villain. There's no horror monster surprise thing. Everyone knows he's the bad guy. What they do not know, and I'm positive people who haven't played the game don't know this, that Jenova, well, I forgot to say spoilers before this, but people who have not played this game don't know that it's Jenova that is mostly in control until, I think, the reunion. I think Jenova is mostly in control until the reunion happens, when Cloud brings the materia to Sephiroth and he summons Meteor. I could have that sequence wrong. I'm not very good at remembering this game, even though I love it so much. But so them having Sephiroth here, I don't think it ruins the surprise, the suspense. Like, oh shit, it was Sephiroth that this guy that everyone said he was cool. Who is Sephiroth? And then You see him with Cloud, you see him chilling, you know, they go to Nibelheim, they do good, this one's the backstory. And then when he destroys the village, you're like, whoa, what the hell? You're just like surprised. I don't think that's gonna be ruined. And some people say, they're doing it because it's because it's multi-part series and they gotta show the villain off. I don't think that's the case. I think they're just trying to find a new way to. They're just trying to find a new way to reveal Sephiroth, and I think it'll be fine. Even if they show his face, I think it'll be fine. But what I think they're going to do is not show his face until the story in Calm. They're not going to show Sephiroth's face. They're gonna have him show up once in Midgar. I think this will be that scene after the plate collapses. Have him show up. His back is turned, and it'll give a new way for new players who haven't played the original to guess who is this guy. You know, if they don't know who Sephiroth is, they're like, who is this guy? What is he doing here? But it wasn't supposed to show up so early. You know, I don't think it'll ruin anything. I don't think it'll ruin the suspense of the Nibelheim massacre. I think it'll be fine. That's just my thoughts, though. So yeah. And that ends off the trail. Look at Cloud's skin. The power of Unreal Engine 4, my friends. That is wonderful. So yeah, that's my analysis on the gameplay and some cutscenes of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And next video will be about the release date and financial recordings. Had some people worried for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Peace from Quasi the Games, everybody.